funny thing is, it does fit on the, so the curve matches. It felt flatter than it is. So I'm guessing the doors work, and that it's something else, some other geometric issue. I don't know. Jury's still out on that. Been making progress on the on this. I'll take you a little closer. I've put some screws in the back side, and I don't know if you can see them. Some screws in the front side, and that's holding everything in place a lot better, so I can fit the door. I've had the door off and on probably 10-15 times today. It's there's just things you can't do with the door in place, and you need to do them, and then you need the door in place to do the things, and seems like a never-ending cycle. I was checking my my replacement panels, repair panels. This one seems to line up very nice with the curve on the outside, so that's a lot nicer than the other side. The front, I'm not sure yet, but yeah, slowly making progress. Things are starting to get nailed down in place, and that feels better. Doesn't feel like I'm working on top of a trampoline, if that makes any sense. All right, back to work. Look at that. It's a door with door gaps. Yay. Couple things. Down here at the bottom, door sticking out a bit. On this side, fender sticking out a bit. That will get adjusted when I put the body, the repair panels on there. I'm hoping. Anyway, it opens and shuts. It's a little bit of a catch here, but it's working. I'm pretty happy with the way things are lining up. And next step will be the rocker panel, getting that put in place. With that in place, then I'll do the repair panels. But that's for another day. So I'm making some good progress. I got the door hung in place yesterday. Had it on and off like 10 times or something, trying to get it adjusted, fit just right in the right spot. It's there now. I'm very happy with that. Now this morning I've I fit the rocker panel in place. To my pleasant surprise, it lined up with the bottom of the sill and the door all at the same time, like it's supposed to, which is pretty cool. It's one of the big problems I'm having on the other side. What else? Yeah, so now I'm about to attack this back part. I played with a couple different ways of doing it. See, I put a stripe down here. I thought about keeping the original wire arch, but I think I'm just going to cut it off along this here and tack in the new one. It'll be all new, shiny, clean, and this one lines up with the arch very well, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's my plan. So it's the end of the day. Had quite a busy day. I got the rocker panel tacked in place. It's exactly where it should be. It lines up with the sill at the bottom down there. I also started on the rear fender, getting this repair panel in place. It's kind of tacked in for now. I had the door off and decided to take care of a problem. Someone had, to get it to fit in the car, they had ground down this edge. It's the edge that goes up by the hinges. And it left, with doors, the skin kind of crimps around the back, and so it left this piece that was just kind of dangling there. So I took the wire wheel to it and cleaned it up and clamped it down and welded it together. I got it pretty straight. I'm pretty happy with what's going on there. Anyway, it's better than having a jagged piece of metal hanging out. Oh, did you just notice that? Yeah, look at that. This is the lower hinge. So it was in there pretty good, and as I kept playing with it, taking the door on and off, it started getting a wobble to it. I went, oh great, the pins wallered out the hole. And then I had it off and I was thinking, oh, maybe I could just replace the pin, and started playing with it and realized that it was way off. It had sheared the pin off on both sides. This is aluminum. It's the strangest construction. Aluminum, there's brass bushings, and the hinge pin is steel, and this side's steel. Anyway, so that came off. The one on the other door, the lower one, also has a wobble to it. I don't know if it's sheared off or if it's just the same as this. So that leaves me with two good hinges. I'm gonna order a set. So I'll have, so for now, while I'm waiting, I still have two hinges. I can put the two good hinges. The top and bottoms are the same here. They have a different marking on them, but measurement wise, I couldn't find any difference. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to use the other one to be able to fit the door in place and make sure everything's lined up. But I was very happy with the alignment I had, before I took the door off. Sorry you don't get to see that. But it's starting to feel like a car in a weird way. I don't know, having that sill in there is a huge step mentally. The sills were one of the things I was just putting off and putting off and putting off. It's the only outer panel that welds to the inner frame. Like, you could take off the shrouds and the fenders and all of that, but this rocker stays attached. So it's my first outer piece, maybe? Whatever. So tomorrow, my plan is to attack this front fender and get the replacement panel in place. And then maybe the following day I'll come back over and play with this again. Anyway, kind of a plan for the week. So if you've been following along, you know how much trouble I've had fitting these doors. This morning I came in and replaced the hinge that was a little floppy, that ended up having a broken pin, with one from the other door. And on the other door I actually found that one on that side had broken as well, in the exact same place. Kind of interesting. So anyway, I have both solid hinges on the door, so there's no play at all in it. And let me show you something. Let me show you something really cool. How cool is that? It opens, it closes, it doesn't rub against the fender. Yeah, exactly how it should be. Super excited about that, in case you couldn't tell. So here they are, the broken hinges. You can see it's just sheared off right inside there. I think it's the mixture of aluminum and steel, but you know, maybe it's something else, I don't know. There's also a brass washer that went around here that took up the space in between there. Don't know if that's the right one. Anyway, these are expensive. I checked them out online last night. They're about 80 bucks a piece. 80 European bucks, if you want to be specific. So maybe 90, I don't know, somewhere in between there. So two of them is a small fortune. For that much money, I can go out and buy a drill stand, a stand drill press. Man, too many words. So with a drill press, I can accurately drill out the pins, replace it with something that costs a few cents. And then I'll have a tool, which is a pretty good trade-off. Yeah, I've drilled out hinge pins before. I used to have this old, it wasn't old, it was like a 93 Chevy Suburban when I was in the States. Big monster, four-wheel drive. It was great in snowstorms, bad at the gas pump. But it was before gas prices went sky high over there. Anyway, sold it when I came to Europe. But the point I was making, the back end of it had the two double doors, and the hinge pins rusted out. So I had replaced them, drilling them out by hand. So it worked. It worked pretty well, but it was scary. And I don't want to do that again. I want to make sure I get these straight, because there's enough problems on this car. So yeah, a drill press is the way to go. Hey, it's Friday afternoon. I just completed a big step. I got this repair panel put in place, which means the side is complete except for this little bit in the back. Well, that part's on back order, so I haven't gotten it yet. So this is the first time in many years that this car's had a complete side. So I'm very happy about that. And now I need to do something about this. I think it's time to clean the shop a bit. It's Friday afternoon, and as the tradition goes, it's cleanup time. That'll give me a fresh start for Monday, when I'm gonna come over here and fix this side. Nothing like a challenge.
If you like this video, click the like button below. If you want to come along on the ride as we complete this project, click the subscribe button. If you want to make sure Google reminds you every time there's a new video, click the alarm bell. Your support is very much appreciated.